Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with a new video. I haven't really placed or made a video in months at this point, I feel like. So for all you guys wondering, I didn't like disappear, I didn't quit, didn't stop playing the market, none of that stuff. You know, as I last made my last video, which was probably weeks ago at this point, I was sitting on, 30% cash right around Thanksgiving, just like having a lot as a basket and really just in case something happens in the market. So as you know, all December and January, we had the worst January almost in US history percentage wise, as in a correction or a bear market. December was real rough. I was averaging costs down the whole entire time in my favorite positions. So, really, I look at it as opportunities as a long-term investor. I did sell 2 stocks actually last week. I did get out of it. I might make a video maybe tomorrow or this weekend about it, but I did leave 2 of my positions. They were both large cap companies, just FYI. I feel like they're still holding a lot of weight in the market and they're kind of holding up the indices of what's left. So they were both long-term investments. So I took long-term gains on them, took those positions, rotated them into small caps. I might, again, maybe I'll make a video later or tomorrow about what I did with it exactly, how much it was and where I put it. But I did make some moves. Usually I try not doing that, but I did deploy about 25% of my cash in the past 8 weeks into the market and it continued to correct. I really did, you can't really predict the bottom, but I really thought the bottom was gonna be first week of January, maybe get that Santa Claus rally. It didn't happen really. We had a couple of dead cat bounces and stuff like that, but that's okay. I'm doing all right, not panicked, very optimistic on especially the back half of this year in 2023. I think supply chain issues are really the big holdup. It's really inflation and supply chain issues. So those are the really 2 big catalysts for this whole entire year. Really not too worried about it, but before I get into all that, I can make a video later about my opinions and all that, where I think the market's going, how important the Fed meeting is March 16th. We can do all that later. But today I really want to talk about PayPal. They just released earnings yesterday after the bell. Obviously ticker's PYPL. It had a 16.08% drop when the earnings hit. I think that's a little harsh for what's going on. I mean, this stock is so beat down right now. I believe it's like $174 a share or 170, in that ballpark, maybe a little less. It got completely destroyed. Reason being is, if you don't hit your numbers or your forecast is bad or, even the slightest miss in this kind of market, it just plummets. So I really thought they were going to do well. I did buy a little bit yesterday before earnings. It was below my cost base to begin with. So I was like, okay, I'll average cost down. I really was optimistic earnings was going to do, better. They were going to beat because, we had a really strong Q4, I thought, in sales. And if you look at like UPS, the guidance was awesome. People were spending. If you look at Apple, people were buying Apple. And, I was like, okay, yeah, people use PayPal transactions and all that stuff with them. I thought they were going to do great. But I was wrong, which is fine. They did miss earnings by 0.89%. EPS was the slightest bit missed, but in this kind of market, that really matters. So they missed by basically 1 cent. And that matters, So if it was 1 cent, if they just met expectations, it probably wouldn't have sold off as much. That's my personal opinion. They also lowered forecasts for Q1 of 2022. I think that also made people a little hesitant. Obviously Square and all the fintechs, they kind of felt a little bit of pain to this because PayPal was the first one to report Q4 earnings. I really don't think it's a big deal. I'm super bullish on the stock. Last year I did 4 stocks. I picked on to basically focus on all year. Got a little away from me just with work and things got crazy, but this stock is still great. It's actually below my cost base of, it was like 190, I think last year, 194. So it's just crazy to me think that I started buying it in 2019 and now we're way under what I was buying in 2019. So if you think about that, we're going back 2 years in time with PayPal and just think about how much progress and how much growth and how much how great this company is compared to 2019. Like, it's just silly. It's so oversold in my opinion. This company's going to have double-digit growth for decades to come, or at least a decade, in my opinion. So my cost base, I've been buying a little. It's 184.37 now. Will I buy? I'm absolutely going to buy it open tomorrow. Like I said, I've been a shareholder of PayPal since 2019. I have no plans on selling, and I'm just amazed it got this low. I was making a lot of videos on small caps last year because the market with the large caps were just running. They're so overvalued. In my opinion, they're almost at fair value, but they're still not undervalued. Like, don't get me wrong. That's why I actually sold 2 of my large cap positions last week, as I just said earlier in this video. But small caps are just destroyed. So I'll make a video later, tomorrow or whatever. Start trying to get in the routine again of making videos daily on what I'm buying, where my mindset is in the market. But really, in short, this is a buy. I'm going to buy tomorrow for sure. I'll tell you what percentage I bought tomorrow. And, I'll just let you know what my thoughts are. I've been actually researching a lot more on the whole market in general and kind of applying that to my long-term investing. So I kind of changed my approach in the past 3 months. So I feel like I've grown as an investor, and I kind of understand it a little more as far as an economic level, which I feel like will help you guys out. If you don't have the time, or you just want to kind of hear someone else's opinion, that's what I'm going to try doing. So, let's try to get my subscribes up. Like I said, I haven't posted, so any of you guys that have stayed, much appreciated. I know I haven't been making a lot of content, but I'm going to try to get into it daily, what I'm buying, like I said, and all that stuff. Till tomorrow, peace.